Hi everybody, welcome to the latest edition of Inside Marquette Basketball. I'm Bob Brainerd along with the head coach of Marquette Golden Eagle Basketball, Shaka Smart. What an 8 days it was, Coach. What a whirlwind it was between DePaul, Butler, and St. John's. All of them victories, all of them meant something to close out the regular season. If you can, just take us into what that whirlwind of 3 games and the emotions involved with all of them were like.
Well, we just try to take them one game at a time, but like you said, they all had different meaning. You know, coming off of the Creighton game, going into the DePaul game, there was, a lot of energy that we had expended and emotional energy going on the road. So we just wanted to kind of build ourselves back up, to come home and play in front of our home floor and, be able to put our best foot forward. We knew that we could clinch a share of the Big East, so that was, really the first time all year that we've talked about the Big East regular season championship. It's not something that, we talked about at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, but obviously I knew with everyone else around us talking about it, it was important to address it with our players. Thought we started that game with really, really good energy. DePaul did a great job fighting back. But then our guys, led by Tyler Kolek, made the plays we needed to make down the stretch to win the game. And that set up the last week of our regular season. We knew that the Butler game would be an opportunity to go on the road and clinch an outright Big East championship, which has not been done here. And our guys were really, really motivated. They had phenomenal focus going on the road to Indianapolis. I mean, you could just kind of feel it in our meetings. You could feel it pregame and shoot around. There was a great level of focus and intentionality about what we needed to be. I thought it was maybe our best defensive game of the year, certainly one of the top 5 defensive games we've played. The guys did a terrific job making things tough. Again, Tyler, Oso, those guys led the way and attacked, and I thought we got a lot of good contributions from our whole team.
You guys have a mantra of late. It's called no finish line. And I think it's so appropriate for this group because while a lot of folks, especially in Marquette Nation, might think, well, you won the Big East. That's great. It hasn't been done before. But that's not the finish line, Coach. So really, that finish line, if you see it in your mind, to your guys, you keep moving it, don't you?
Yeah, and I do got to correct you on one thing, Bob. It's not a mantra of late. That's one of our cultural principles. So this has been in our cultural kind of lexicon and our points of emphasis all season long, particularly Oso, Tyler, Omax. Those guys, after every game, they'll say to their teammates, no finish line. And I don't even have to say it. It comes from those guys. Now, it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to live it. They've done a great job of that to this point. The awesome thing about when that final buzzer sounded in the St. John's game on Saturday is the regular season ends, and now the postseason begins. The most exciting time in college basketball, the most exciting time, particularly if you're on a good team, to be playing at a place like Marquette. We get to go on the road to New York and go to the Big East tournament and compete against the best teams in our league. And we get to really pour ourselves into that experience and that opportunity. And that when that ends, because of what our guys have done all year long, we're a team that knows we're going to be in the NCAA tournament. I've been a part of groups before that you don't know. You're going into the conference tournament, you got to have a good showing. You feel like, hey, we got to win another game or 2 or whatever it may be. But that doesn't make us want to win any less in New York.
For the history folks, for the Marquette fans that go way back, this has been a historic season. The team went 17-3 in Big East play. That ties Syracuse for the most regular season wins in league play. And the one number, rankings are fun, they're arbitrary at times, but this jumped out to me, Coach. This is the highest ranking for this program since the 1977-78 campaign. When you hear 77-78, and we know about Al's teams, and then Coach Raymond's teams, you guys are in historic territory here.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things maybe we'll look back on after the season. The rankings, I think as players and coaches, we've learned that if you win, they go up. If you lose, they go down. So because they come out every week, you're a little bit desensitized to the rankings. And like you said, they feel a little arbitrary on, you know, a random Monday in January or February. Now we're getting into March, and really the rankings get superseded by seeding. And so it's first, you know, going after the best seed you can get in the conference tournament, and then obviously when you get to the NCAA tournament, where you're seeded is a huge thing compared to where you're ranked. And then, even more important than the seeding, is okay, who do we play? And we'll get to that, you know, next week. But right now our focus is all on Thursday. We get a chance to play either St. John's or Butler. And well, first of all, we're grateful to have a bye. You don't take that for granted. And we're grateful to, you know, have the opportunity to play in the very first game on Thursday. And obviously with us just playing those teams, there's not a whole lot of new scouting that we need to do. It's more about us doing everything we can to make Marquette its best.
We ain't done yet, are we? I'm sorry. One more. This right here, okay? No one in Marquette history has won an outright Big East championship. Until now!
Shaka Smart's interview is presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University.
Golden Eagles fans, open a Marquette checking account with Wintrust Wisconsin's bank today and score golden perks like a $50 opening bonus, free ATMs nationwide, and your very own exclusive MU Golden Eagles debit card. Rep the blue and gold at home or on the road. And don't miss this golden opportunity to let everyone know. Scan now to open your account today. Wintrust Wisconsin's bank, proud to be the official bank of Marquette University.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Aurora Healthcare.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of Marquette Athletics. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Welcome back to Inside Marquette Basketball. I'm Bob Brainerd along with Shaka Smart. The final regular season game, Fiserv Forum, St. John's. Craziness, wasn't it?
St. John's is a team unlike any other in our league to play against for a variety of reasons. And so it was a game that we got up big early. They made a run to come back. I told our guys, no lead is safe against St. John's. And that turned out to be true multiple times throughout the game. But it was a game where throughout most of the second half, we're up 5 or 7 points, but the game is far from decided. And we just weren't able to really extend the lead much beyond that until the last minute of the game. We get up 10 points with 29 seconds left. And you know they made some ridiculous shots. We had a costly turnover. We had some missed free throws. And there we are, they're shooting a free throw with 2.4 seconds left to tie the game. You know, fortunately, it was a miss. We got the rebound, and the game ended. But trust me, that's a very, very valuable tape for us to learn from. And you certainly would rather learn after a win, but it's important that you have the same urgency after the win that you would have if you'd have lost. You know, it was our senior day. We don't have any seniors in our rotation, but we do have 2 seniors on our roster. We wanted to honor them. We always do a night before senior dinner that I've done for a long time, going back to VCU, where we sit together and we talk about the seniors and we share stories, and you know, sometimes it can get emotional. Guys demonstrate appreciation for our seniors. Doc Rivers was in town, got a chance to spend some time with him Friday night.
And the fans in the building, Shaka, on Saturday, 18,012, a new Fiserv Forum Marquette basketball record. You always say it, they make a difference for your team.
It was such an incredible atmosphere. I've been so impressed by our fans from day one, but they continue to come up with new highs. And the way that our players on the court and our fans connect during the game and the exchange of energy has just been phenomenal. And it's only right, it only feels right that our last 2 home games, each of them broke a record. And so in the DePaul game, we set a new record, and then in the St. John's, we broke that record. I love it. I mean, because it just shows the progress that all of us together are working hard to create. And it's a heck of a culmination of, you know, a tremendous home season where we won every Big East game at home. You know, I think when you look at it in total, our fans, our players, our team really combined together to make Fiserv Forum one of the most special, if not the most special, places to play college basketball this year.
And I think one of the nice touches that you provided the fans was after the St. John's game, even though you'd already clinched outright the Big East championship, you wanted the guys to come out, cut down the nets. That was for the fans, wasn't it?
That was for the fans, and it was for our players too, in that it's just a unique situation where we actually were encouraged by some folks to cut down the nets after the DePaul game. And something told me, nah, we still got more basketball. So like I do a lot of times, I asked Tyler and Oso, I said, what do you guys want to do? I said, I'll tell you later what I want to do, but what do you guys think? And they said, no. They said, we're not trying to share the championship, we're trying to win the championship outright. So if we beat DePaul, we keep it moving, we move on to Butler, and then if we're able to beat St. John's, when we're able to win that game, then we will cut down the nets. That's exactly what we did.
I want everybody to enjoy this with us. We are the Big East champions. We're so grateful to support you've given us all year. Every one of these guys has worked their butts off, but we're not done yet. And for everyone that supported us from the very beginning, thank you. We are!
Inside Marquette Basketball is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. Live well to be well.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Aurora Healthcare.
Golden Eagles fans, open a Marquette checking account with Wintrust Wisconsin's Bank today and score golden perks like a $50 opening bonus, free ATMs nationwide, and your very own exclusive MU Golden Eagles debit card. Rep the blue and gold at home or on the road. And don't miss this golden opportunity to let everyone know. Scan now to open your account today. Wintrust Wisconsin's Bank, proud to be the official bank of Marquette University.
Mom! So I love
Become who you're truly meant to be. Marquette University. Be the difference.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Welcome back to Inside Marquette Basketball with Bob Brainerd and the head coach, Shaka Smart. Awards are nice. I think this turned into a no-brainer as the season went on. Big East first teamer and Big East Player of the Year, Tyler Kolek. His play coach just demonstrated how valuable he is to your basketball team.
Well, he's been so valuable for us for the last 2 years, but he's taken it to another level in the last 6 or 8 weeks. He's taken it to a different level. His consistency has been really, really impressive. A string of double-doubles, the way that he shot the ball, the way that he's passed the ball, the way that he's finished. And then again, as we've talked about, his leadership. You know, and I think that's something that coaches around the league, because they know the game and they know teams, they recognize that as well.
Second teamer, again, deserving, Cam Jones and Oso.
Oso and Cam Jones. I think I didn't see the other coaches' ballots, but I would guess both Oso and Cam got several votes for first team, and they probably split those.
Yeah.
And for both of those guys to make the second team, I think it says that, number one, those guys have had phenomenal seasons. Number two, our team from winning, like you said, individual accolades come from that, and it speaks to not just the seasons that those three guys had, but also their teammates, because there's been several games where there's other guys, whether it's Stevie, whether it's Omax, whether it's Jop, our freshmen, that have stepped up and played at a very, very high level and helped those three guys play well.
Well, and you mentioned Jop. David Joplin, Big East Sixth Man of the Year.
Well, at the beginning of the year, we had 7 or 8 guys that we sat down and we said, you guys have all played well enough in practice to potentially be in the starting lineup. I said, but listen, you're not all gonna be able to start because we can only start 5 guys, and we need everyone's buy-in to whatever role it is the team needs from you. And honestly, Bob, that was October 27th or whenever it was. There hasn't been another conversation about starting. And David Joplin's attitude and approach has been phenomenal. He's made progress. He's shown tremendous growth. For the coaches around the league to recognize Jop in this way, it says a ton about him.
Well, and the coaches around the league also have to vote on the Coach of the Year in the Big East. That's you, Coach. You're not going to sit here and beat your own drum, I know that, but to get that award after winning 17 games in this brutal conference, and to have your guys buy into what you say, to what your staff says, to listen, to pay attention, to improve, I think that's what that award is all about to you, I would guess.
Well, I think any Coach of the Year award, I don't care what sport, what conference, it's a reflection on the, first and foremost, the players on the team, and it's a reflection on the coaching staff. You know, obviously, we love to simplify, particularly the media loves to simplify, so credit and blame often goes to the coach and the best player or two, and that's just kind of how things work. It's very flattering. I grew up watching the Big East. You know, I grew up idolizing John Thompson, so to be a coach in this league and to be able to be at a place like Marquette competing at this high of a level is awesome, and I'm just so thankful that our guys have been so receptive and so willing to buy into what we've asked them to do, and that's what's created success for all of us.
What do we keep saying? We want what? More. We want more. We want more. All right? I want you to be greedy in a good way for yourself and your teammates and for your team. Let's have the humility to say, you know what, we can do way better. Let's also appreciate the heck out of what we just did, what you guys just did for our team together. Everybody in. Sir, man.
Inside Marquette Basketball is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Injuries can affect every part of your life. Trust our team at Gruber Law Offices to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Marquette Athletics. One call, that's all.
Golden Eagles fans, open a Marquette checking account with Wintrust Wisconsin's Bank today and score golden perks like a $50 opening bonus, free ATMs nationwide, and your very own exclusive MU Golden Eagles debit card. Rep the blue and gold at home or on the road. And don't miss this golden opportunity to let everyone know. Scan now to open your account today. Wintrust Wisconsin's Bank, proud to be the official bank of Marquette University.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Aurora Healthcare.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Inside Marquette Basketball is presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's Bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University. Aurora Healthcare, live well to be well. And by Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
Welcome back to Inside Marquette Basketball. Bob Brainerd along with Shaka Smart. All right, we talked earlier about the Big East tournament in the Big Apple. That is next. And you said it. You've just seen Butler and you've just seen St. John's. You're going to get one of those two in quarterfinal play. As far as preparation, do you tuck that away? Do you just, as you usually do, focus on your own team and focus on what we can do going forward?
For sure. Yeah, it's 99% focus on us. Because we're coming off the St. John's game, there's some things that we've looked at from that game. Both of our games against them have been very, very high scoring, and there's a bunch of stuff on the defensive end that need to be cleaned up if we play them again. Plus, we would be playing them on their home floor. And then with Butler, it's kind of the opposite. Both of our games with them have been lower scoring because they play a lower possession game. So the reality is being ready for either scenario, and again, being very grateful of the fact that on Wednesday, we do get to watch and see, okay, how are they playing? What are they doing maybe a little bit different in this game than they did last week against us? And then, most importantly, putting our best foot forward.
Coach, is there an expectation, is there pressure going into this, that you're the number one, that everyone has eyes on you, that you have that target, the number one seed in the Big East tournament?
Well, I think our expectation, comes most importantly from inside. We have an internal expectation to be our best and to play our best basketball in terms of the areas we can control. You certainly don't want to go into a game like this feeling like, oh, we got to be perfect or we can't make a mistake, because basketball, I don't care what level you play at, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. But if you really put a huge emphasis on being your best in the areas you can control, it gives you a great shot to win.
Did you guys going there, I mean, man, these guys are still young, but when they were younger a year ago and they went into Madison Square Garden and they tasted the tournament for the first time, that's got to help them, right, to at least keep the butterflies a little bit at bay?
It helps a lot. I think that the experience that the 6 guys in our rotation that played in the Garden last year and were part of that Creighton game where we came up short, that's something that we talk a lot about as a group. And coming into this year's Big East tournament, it's an experience that we're really going to choose to learn from.
Coach, final thoughts here. And I was doing one of your games earlier, and we talked about smelling the roses. You said that your wife gets on you from time to time saying, you don't stop and smell the roses. You don't enjoy it. Are you smelling the roses a little bit?
I'm just trying to enjoy the journey and the present moment of being with our guys, whether it's practice, whether it's travel, games, all the in-between time, all the one-on-one conversations. I'm also trying to really make sure I accentuate a gratitude for their growth and progress, the guys on the team and the team overall, because it is easy when you get wrapped up in trying to win the next game to lose sight of that. But really, to a man, our guys have made such incredible progress. And even guys that don't get in the game yet, like a guy like Imarion Ellis, who had surgery several months ago and is still kind of on his way back to getting fully cleared. Not everybody sees it, but these guys' growth and development as people, which in my mind always has to precede your growth as a player, has been terrific.
Coach, thanks so much and enjoy the madness.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the latest edition of Inside Marquette Basketball.
At Marquette, we're always hungry to grow and improve.
There was a reason that they were picked 9th. They're the youngest team in the Big East. They don't have a senior on their roster that plays, yet every single guy on this team got better.
Every time we take the floor, we attack.
Proved people wrong last year, and we returned our core guys, and our cultures is continuing to build. So I feel like we've had this belief in ourselves ever since the end of last season.
When things go well, we want more. When adversity hits, we welcome the challenge. We stay hungry regardless, learning, improving, and pushing each other beyond the limit.
Come on, Doc, you got this. You got more. You got more.
There is no finish line. We grow at a rapid pace, developing with every fiber we hold, telling the story of our season. Connection of pure gold and sweat of champ blue. Yet still, we have never arrived, because for us, there is no finish line.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,